Hi everyone, welcome. In this video, we'll have a chance to take a closer look at the instructional journey within a GoMath lesson. Now, GoMath follows the proven 5E lesson design, a lesson flow that makes it possible to engage your students in mathematical concepts while embedding procedural fluency, problem solving, and managing collaborative groups, all by using point-of-use data to drive instruction and meet the needs of all our learners. As you'll notice, in all of the planning pages, options are provided to you to help support students' needs as they arise and change. Engage is the first step or phase in a formalized lesson plan. Here, teachers are activating and trying to understand students' prior knowledge, to identify any gaps, and create excitement and interest in the upcoming topics. They're engaging students and tapping into what they do or do not know relatively quickly. The second step is called Explore. Here, our teachers are guiding students' explorations. Students are doing the work as they explore new concepts in a concrete manner. This phase would include communicating observations and ideas and include hands-on, minds-on type of activities. The Explain section is where the teacher takes the stage and helps students synthesize new understandings gained during the Explore phase and be sure that there is a common understanding of learning from the Explore part of the lesson, before pulling in all the technical jargon and procedures. The teacher can employ numerous techniques and resources to reach students and boost understanding. Elaborate is where a student has the space to apply what they've learned, dig deeper, and really work to cement their learning before any evaluation of the learning takes place. Finally, evaluate. And this is the phase of learning can include formal assessments, informal assessments, or both, depending upon the content students are working on. In GoMath, the 5E learning cycle has been used as the foundation for the lesson design. This lesson design has been paramount to the success of GoMath and GoMath students. Here, I've pulled up the Teacher's Edition for the beginning of a lesson. Notice in the top sections, I have details on the math standards and the lessons covered, as well as the standards for mathematical practices and processes. The lesson objective is stated as an I can statement for students, and teachers are provided with in-depth learning goals as well as language objectives for the lesson. And even your needed materials are listed. Now, just a note, the I can statements are just one enhancement to the GoMath to further help students monitor their own learning and help foster a growth mindset. You can easily see the learning progressions within the across the grade section just below. One thing you will notice with GoMath are the things I like to call all the little extras. All those things that as a teacher I usually end up having to create or locate somewhere or wherever to help adapt to a new program. Things like our problem of the day or skill builders. You'll have these for each lesson. Notice the little computer icon? This indicates that you'll have a resource online that goes along for each of these. For the problem of the day, it happens to be a projectable. And let me not forget to mention that you have fully editable lesson PowerPoint presentations, which you'll see in the video on Teachers Resources. Now, your problem of the day is a fantastic way to get started with your class as a warm-up activity right at the beginning of the lesson. And if you are in a primary grade, this problem of the day will be called Math Routines and still comes with a projectable, as many of our teachers have told us they'd like to use it for morning meetings or circle time. You will of course have fluency builders here, but also on Ed, they are available as PDFs and interactives. Our next E, Explore. Notice here the student page. For me, I love that the student page is big enough on the teacher's page that I can see what's there so I'm not having to have to find a student edition all the time. On the student page, you're going to have things that you'll want the students to have. The I can statement for the lesson, key vocabulary, and even a focus on the mathematical practices with Math Talk. Within the Teachers Edition, wrap up, you have all the guided discussion problems that you're going to need, including those of the mathematical practices, discourse, as well as multilingual support. You have the strategies for those students who are ready for more of a challenge and support for those who are grappling with difficult concepts. Students begin the explain section, where we want them to be able to explain their thinking. This section begins with a quick formative assessment called Share and Show. We do not want students to dive into independent practice if they will be doing that practicing correctly. So this quick assessment allows teachers to see where students are with their understanding so they can make decisions about what comes next in the learning journey. For students who need more help, teachers have ready-made resources for differentiation at their disposal, both print and digital. Here you see Waggle as an option for more engaging gamification resources we will touch on later. Teachers have Reteach and Enrich Masters at the ready and are also available as interactives on Ed. And my favorite, they have ready-made resources with the adaptive Grab and Go version 2 centers. After students have had time to work independently, in pairs and in groups through the explain portion of the lesson, they'll be able to elaborate with real-world problems and then move into the evaluate to self-evaluate their understandings with things like the I can statement or math journals. We all know that ample opportunities for practice are essential for mathematics. You and your students will be afforded not only numerous opportunities for practice, but opportunities for the right kinds of practice based on what each student needs at that moment of instruction. Every lesson includes additional practice that can be used in class or as homework. This is where I mentioned earlier that the spiral review will be bookended at the end of the lesson's closure. So folks, there you have it. The 5E lesson design that's included in the Go Math program. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and be sure to look out for the next one. Bye for now.